Hey guys, it is knife reviewing time once again, and this is the Spyderco Endura 4 FFG. And this is a great knife. I've been using it a lot the past few months, and I really love it. This is probably one of my favorite all-around knives, really kind of any sort, you know, folding or fixed blade. I love this knife. So, first of all, getting into kind of uses of this knife. This is really a very flexible knife. It could really, you know, serve in a lot of different roles. I personally love it as a hiking knife or backpacking knife for the outdoors. It's lightweight, weighing in right around 3.4 ounces. I'll weigh that for you here. Right around 3.4 ounces. So you see there, 3.36 ounces. Grams for any of you that work with metric. That's 95.3. So pretty lightweight knife, especially for the amount of blade length you get with it. It could also be a everyday carry knife. I carry it that way as well. Now it is on the larger side. However, a lot of people really like larger knives for everyday carry. You know, about a 3 3/4 inch blade. So bigger, but I like that sometimes, especially for heavier duty work or you know, whatever. And then lastly, it could also be kind of a defensive or tactical knife, either carried by a civilian, just, you know, purely for defense, or by like a police officer or a soldier as either an offensive or defensive weapon, depending who they are. Now, another cool option about this, or thing about this, is that it comes in different colors. So if you're a soldier, let's say in Iraq, you could get the brown handle version. That'd be pretty cool. The only downside to this as a soldier knife that I can really think of would be that, I mean, obviously that it's a folder, so you got to open it. It's not going to be as fast as a fixed blade, but that, you know, they do offer it in blackened versions like this. But even on these blackened out versions, you still are going to have, like, you still have silver hardware. So you might still have to do some like spray painting or dirt coating yourself to really get this totally blackened out. So the blade on here is a huge plus to this design. About a 3 3/4 inch blade, as I said, 3mm thick stock on there. Now this version is the full flat ground version. The previous or original one, it was saber ground. From about this portion, it was flat ground down. Is what that means. And I much prefer this version. It slices better, it's lighter weight. I don't think you lose too much strength in it. It's weaker, but you know, it's still adequate, I think. And that's kind of the opposite of what I said with the Delica. In the Delica, I kind of prefer the saber ground version for the strength. I think this one's a little too weak, the FFG version. But this one, I love the FFG. So about 3mm thick, or 3mm thick. VG10 steel. I love VG10 steel. Probably one of my favorite steels. Easy to sharpen. Holds a really good edge. Comes absolutely razor sharp from Spyderco. Big plus, or big kudos to Spyderco on getting this knife razor sharp from the factory. Just a great steel, and it's corrosion resistant as well. So really nice. Now your tip on there is really nice, actually. It's not super fine, but it's fine enough that you can do some detail work with it, but yet I don't feel, you know, I'm not afraid that I'm going to break it in kind of everyday little tasks. If you want a super heavy duty knife, this is probably not the knife for you. I'd kind of term this kind of a medium duty knife. It can handle some pretty you know, hard tasks, but it's not a fixed blade, it's still a folding knife. Now you see Spyderco there. On this side, you'll see Seiki City, Japan. So this knife is made overseas. However, I've seen some really nice knives come out of Seiki City, Japan. They definitely know what they're doing there. By the way, shout out to Japan on the earthquake. Praying for all you guys over there, and you know, that's an awful tragedy. And also those nuclear plants. Everyone pray for them that they can get that under control. But anyway, so it is made in Seiki City, Japan. Some guys really like U.S. manufacturing. You're not going to get that with this, but it doesn't bug me too much. The quality is definitely in this design. So you do have that 13mm spider hole. I love that, ambidextrous and everything else. Awesome. Now here on your handles, they are made out of FRN, fiber reinforced nylon, and this is probably some of the best FRN handles that I've ever seen. These really rock. They have this bidirectional Tex string on there, which really gives you a really good grip on there. And you know, just smooth FRN like you see right there is very slick. So this Tex string really helps a lot. And also you have really good jimping on the back there. Probably Spyderco just has awesome jimping. This stuff really locks to your thumb in there, digs in but doesn't cut you up. It's awesome. Also, there's jimping in the FRN here. Some knives, you know, the FRN jimping doesn't really do anything. This actually does give you some grip. Not as much as the metal, but it's good. I like it. So another really thoughtful thing about Spyderco is they put their logo underneath where the clip rides. So you have this really aggressive texturing, but yet your pants aren't gonna get ripped up by this texturing. So it is mini Torx pit construction, as you can see there, so you can adjust your pivot point, and your lockup is pretty good. Up and down is rock solid, none up and down, no play. Left to right, honestly, I do just have a tiny bit, but not enough to bug me at all. Definitely tight enough. So you can take this knife all apart if you happen to dunk it in water or mud or whatever. You do have steel liners in there. Sorry for the color, guys. You do have steel liners in there. You know, people debate whether steel liners are necessary or not. I kind of like them. Just gives me a little more peace of mind in the strength of my knife. They are skeletonized, which helps keep that weight down and reasonable. And a very carryable knife, and it really feels, you know, very light in the hand. Very nice. So they did skeletonize those. Good job there. It is a backlock, as you can see there. Now, you know, people debate how strong a backlock really is. I think that it's a good strength lock. It's going to be perfectly adequate for all the strength that you ever need in a folding knife, and you know, just be reasonable with it. I think that it's going to be a very strong lock for you. Definitely stronger than most liner locks. Now you do have your ricasso here. That's what that's called. So you can close this one hand. You push that down, and you're not going to cut yourself because of your ricasso there. So that's nice. So anyway, your clip on there is very nice. Just kind of the hourglass clip is what they call it. I found it to be strong. It retains well, goes on all different thicknesses of material, and I'll actually show you that right here. But rides adequately deep, not a super deep carry clip, so if you really like them super deep, you might not be the biggest fan. But you know, a little bit sticking up does, you know, I'll admit, it does help you grab onto it, give you a little something to grab it. So there you go. It is tip up or tip down, right or left-handed. You can put it anywhere on there. And with that thumb hole and the back lock, this knife will be totally ambidextrous for any of you guys out there, for any lefties that are interested in this. So that's also very nice. So, by the way, there is your blade centering. Pretty good, not perfect, but pretty good. So, the price on these is coming in right around $50 to $60 as of kind of mid-2011. So I think that's a fair price for this knife. I think it's a good price. Definitely worth the money, and I love mine. Now these do come in several colors, as you saw in their catalog. Right down there, the gray, green, brown, blue, and purple. And just one note about this blue, it's a little bit different shade of blue than the camera's picking up. It's a little bit lighter, and it has just kind of more of a tinge of kind of an aqua or a teal color in it. But I still like the blue. It's just a heads up that it's a little different than what you're seeing right here. So really nice. Now some good competition for this. If you really want something maybe more heavy duty, that you can really beat on a lot more, but you still want a folder, maybe check out the some of the cold steel offerings, like the Recon 1 or the AK-47. I'm talking about the new ones, the solid G10 handled ones. Those have the triad lock. Basically, that's just adding the stop pin to this lock bar. And those look like some really heavy-duty, tough knives. So check those out. Maybe if you just want a little bit smaller knife, definitely, look at the Delica. Now one knife by Bird, actually, that makes it kind of hard to justify this one is the Caracara. Now this is the first generation. I'm more specifically talking about the second generation, because the second generation has a full flat ground blade. Now that blade is going to be this 8CR13 MOV steel. Now VG10 is definitely superior to 8CR13 MOV. However, it's a good steel. It holds a good edge, takes a good edge, easy to resharpen. Really, its only downside is that it's not the best with rust. But it's a good steel, same blade thickness. With the Bird Caracara, you get this finger choil up here. Notice on this one you don't. I actually kind of like this a little better because you get a little more blade length, and I found that I've never needed more precision or more control than this grip right here gives me. I'm really not that far from the cutting edge. But some people will really like that. Also, you get the same bidirectional texturing on the Caracara 2. Again, this is the one. But, definitely check out the Caracara 2 if you just want a little more of a beater knife, or if maybe this is just a little more out of your price range. You don't get the different colored handles or the Spidey hole. You just get this weird bird eye on the Caracara 2. So you don't really get the style points, I guess, that you get with this one. But definitely a very good option. Any other competition would maybe be like the Benchmade Griptilian. This is actually a mini Griptilian. I like Benchmade. Some people hate them for whatever reason. I like them. It's going to be a little more expensive option than this one. This one's probably a little bit higher value. But that's also a great knife. I much prefer the axis lock to a back lock. I don't know. Rat 1, that's cheaper knife. So there it is. I really like this knife a lot. It's pretty much kind of a standard, kind of a reference knife. It's just a solid design. Everyone loves the Enduras. So there it is, guys. Hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. And everyone have a nice day. See ya.